Jace, how are you? Got a cup of coffee for you.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome,
sir.
buddy. What they're gonna do, what they prefer. Where you want me? I just started over here because the sun's dipping behind the clouds and I can still see into it. And then you want me to come find you?
Yeah, we'll cover this side then.
Okay.
Day 3. I better get one killed because I got this morning and 3 more mornings, and Jace has 4 afternoons. So, wonder who the audience is betting on. Jace or Randy. I know who they're betting on. That's all right. That's all right.
Looks like a 3 from what I can tell.
Hey there. Guys having any luck?
Seen 2 bucks.
How have you?
How about you? I keep thinking that this buck is going to come out of that brush pile down there. I know how many hours I've had the scope locked on him. But so far, he has not come out. It's one of the downsides about this stuff is it's so thick in some spots, even though it's pretty open where he was feeding earlier, and he fed up into some big evergreens, and he came back down. Thought, he's gonna go find a rock to bed by. No, there's a big, thick cluster of aspens there. He dove right in there and has disappeared. He's not huge. He's a 3-point trying to be a 4-point, about that wide. And then Jace spotted another buck that did the same thing, and we didn't even get the all-in digiscope on him before things disappeared. But he's just right over straight across from us here in some thick stuff. So I think the strategy is going to be, I'm going back to camp to take a nap. And Jace thinks I'm kidding about this idea that he gets the afternoon hunts and I get the morning hunts, but I'm not. So whatever deer shows up this afternoon, Jace gets that stock, and I'm in charge of filming it.
Scott and I are back out for a midday glassing session, hopefully deer hunt. We're on a road. Scott says there's a hot spring at the end of it, so if we don't find any deer and we keep cruising the road, we might end up at the hot spring. Take a dip.
I'll take the deer for now.
We're hoping we find deer and don't have to worry about the spring, but we're gonna do some glassing.
So that little patch of fur that's midway down, that it was below that where Randy was seeing his buck, keeping an eye on his buck, I think. They're becoming more like mule deer every day. The illustrious chocolate partridge, one of the finest game birds you'll ever hunt.
Scott and I spent a good amount of time trying to find deer with no luck. So we made our way down to some potential hot springs. I don't see a hot spring yet. I see a creek. We'll have to do some investigating. But we would not have been able to get down here without the Kawasaki side-by-side. That was a lifesaver. After some investigating, we could not find the hot spring. So our long journey down this canyon is now starting to go back up.
That's where your afternoon plan is gonna unfold, Jace. I'm not even bringing my boat because Jace gets the afternoon hunts. I'm just gonna glass until my eyes fall asleep.
These guys have just been really hanging out here. Of course, this whole left side of the trees is just
Yeah,
a landmine of noise.
yeah, oh yeah, with all that balsam root, arrow leaf stuff. Would you shoot that one?
100%, yeah, I'd shoot.
Me too.
I'd shoot that one.
Well, Jace has made the call. We can hear a bunch of domestic sheep in this drainage down below us. And all this stuff was on my map as kind of a couple days worth of exploring. But if those domestic sheep are in here, you may as well go to the Walmart parking lot and look for deer. So there's this group of 4 bucks. It isn't too far from camp. Whenever we're driving to our glassing spot, we see them. And so Jay said, why don't we go back that way and set up on one of those high knobs and see if we can locate that group of 4 bucks? That sounds like genius, doesn't it, Scott?
He's a pretty smart guy.
I know.
Almost looks like that same buck. But he's facing towards us though.
Is he?
Yeah.
He's facing away.
But his head's also completely covered in the sage, so there's that. Might just go straight at him. If I can get to that sage line. He's about almost 90 some yards in there. It wasn't more than probably 2 minutes before we all sat down. We got a buck spotted in the sagebrush outside of the big thick trees. So I'm gonna grab my bow and run in there and hopefully can get in close. He's bedded right now, so I just need to go quick before he stands up, and I'm just gonna get in as close as I can and we'll see what happens.
I'm gonna film Jace and try to give you play-by-play. And I'm gonna mic up Scott Jones also, so you can hear Scott's commentary, and we'll edit out anything that's, well, adult. He's a good old Nebraska farm boy. He doesn't swear. They'd have to edit me more than anyone.
Has he made it halfway?
He's more than halfway.
Is he? Huh?
I mean, he's as quick as Jace gets to that line of sage and grass, he's going to be 90 yards away. And the buck's bedded in some tall sage, so the buck can't see him.
Okay, I made it to the sage line that he's bedded in. He's about 90 yards away. The wind is like quartering towards him, so if it just happens to switch 25 degrees, I could be screwed. But so far, I'm in a good spot. Now, can I cut 50 to 50 yards off? We'll see.
Our camera ran out of battery, so I just grabbed Scott's. Unfortunately, Scott has an all-in digiscope adapter just like we use. So I think what Jay sees is a little roll of a patch of sage to his left that will hide him for a little bit closer. And it's also going to take him downwind based on how I see the grass.
The way I see, yeah, I was looking at the grass move too. Looks like it's right out of the north.
I just worry that there's some other buck, because this guy had 3 other bucks with him. The shadow line and just about to the buck now.
Range Jace again. Let's see. Is he knocking an arrow?
What's that?
Is he knocking an arrow?
I think he's had one knocked. I can't do that. Oh, he's moving around. Jace acted like he was getting ready to draw. The buck started rocking. I thought for sure he was getting up. And then Jace moving a lot. It wouldn't surprise me if he gets up pretty soon. He laid down and went to sleep.
I think he's like rubbing his steel. I've seen him like licking.
Oh, there he's back at it. Oh, here he goes. Yep. Oh, damn it. Yeah, but if Jace draws, he's pinned. That's a terrible shot angle.
Yeah, but he's not alarmed. And there he goes. Draw Jace.
So easy for us to say what to do. There he's drawing. Jace is trying to draw, I think.
I know you'll be able to see it.
Looking right at him now. Don't blink now, Jace. You must be waiting for him to turn. Which I agree with. You need him to turn broadside and put his head down. Otherwise, if Jace were to draw right now, he's got a frontal shot. Just hope the wind is dead down there.
He'd have to be in full draw for a long time, possibly. Oh, there we go. There we go. Draw Jace.
Damn it. Oh, God of his life, never to be seen again. Oh jeez, what a bummer.
Archery, the buck's continuing to walk away.
Oh, the other buck saw Jace. There's a buck to his left.
Yep, that
Smaller
other
buck.
buck.
Yeah, there they all go, all 4 of them. Five of them.
That was fun to watch.
It was.
Yeah.
Oh wow. So Jace,
Yep.
how was it?
It was fun, but no dice. The rest of the bachelor group came out of the trees and started feeding in to us. They were about 100 yards out. So I had multiple eyes out there. And at one point they all dipped out of sight. So that's when I got up and tried to cut more distance. And of course, that's when one of the smaller bucks picked me up and he got alert. Then they all were alert, and it was close, but I just needed him to not walk away. And if he would have walked laterally or horizontally, whatever, and would have cleared the brush, I could have gotten a shot off, but you know, he went the other way. His instincts were right.
People don't realize how hard it is to spot and stalk mule deer, especially in flat cover like that. If you got rocks like we're standing on here and you got some obstructions to use, it's way easier.
And then having to deal with those other, we didn't see those other bucks that you saw, but I mean, it's a lot easier to stalk a single buck than it is. There's 5 of them there. Yeah.
Well, it was very entertaining from our standpoint.
Oh, it was
Jace,
awesome.
thanks. We owe you. I'm going to go cook you dinner tonight.
Appreciate it.
I'm going to make you elk burgers tonight.
I could use an energy pickup.
Downhill traffic.
This one might be. Good elk, Matthew.
Yeah, thank you, Matthew. I'll drink this pickle juice when you're done with the pickles, guys. Yeah.
You take the pickled juice?
I said I'll drink that pickle juice. I love pickle juice.
We'll see what we can do here. We're in the hot spot today. Thankful for that. That must be a doe. Now I see a fawn with it.
Oh, okay.
You know, this is an interesting part of Nevada that's different than so many other places. We aren't seeing the feral horses. The Livestock Association here does a pretty good job of making sure that those horses are out of here and don't get back in here. You have a lot more water just because of the higher elevation. When the fires have come through, and you see that most of the areas we're hunting is a big old burn, 20 some years old. When the fire came through, a lot of it was reseeded with just aspen and a lot of sage. And so the cheatgrass didn't get a chance to take hold in here. And so I'm looking at the quality of the habitat here, and I can see why the deer numbers are doing better than other places in Nevada. You got sage that the stems on them, the current year growth on them are just fantastic. We're seeing a ton of sage grouse. We're even seeing some bluegrass. We're seeing pronghorn. We're seeing deer, elk, moose. That's a reflection of what quality of habitat has been maintained here. You still have mahoganies. You have, many of the browse species of, you'll call it, some people call it service berry and buckbrush, and there's a whole category of those. So that's why you end up with browsing species. The browsers of pronghorn and deer are doing really good because we don't have all this cheatgrass. And the deer could always be doing better, but relative to other parts of Nevada, they're doing pretty good in here. This is an example of what wildlife needs for habitat. It needs quality habitat. Without quality habitat, you can talk about predation, you can talk about all this other stuff, but it all starts with the habitat. In fact, the habitat's so good that sometimes you spot these bucks and they can go and hide and you can't find them because it's such thick, lush growth out there.
Got a buck way down there. I think it's a buck.
I am thinking that this buck over here, that he went to his bed way too early. But maybe that's because it's on an east-facing slope and the morning sun hit him and he wanted to get in his bed. And it's so thick over there, he really can't do anything. Anyhow, folks, we're going to wrap it up. We got to have a turkey sandwich. Jace is just getting warmed up. Third time's a charm, all those other slogans that go along with it. All right.
I don't know why they would be walking down into the timber.
You're telling me we're moving?
Yeah, we're gonna go a little bit farther down the ridge.
Further down the ridge. Can we go on the other side of the ridge?
We could,
But we won't.
but we might not see the deer though.
I think he's testing our mettle, Scott. And Jace. Don't you know hunting's supposed to be relaxing? Especially archery deer hunting. Oh, heaven to Murgatroyd. My brother-in-law half to death. I lost 20 bucks on a football bet. But other than that, we ain't.
Tabs on this side, I'll go look off the other edge.
What's that?
So you can keep tabs on this side, I'll go peek.
Oh, there we go. You hear that, Scott? We get to sit in the shade of the Kawasaki.
Oh, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Can't see behind me, but Scott and Randy are up on the other side of this ridge glassing. The other side, I came over to this side, and so far I'm not seeing anything. I've seen one doe this evening at the other glassing spot, and she was only in view for a couple seconds, so couldn't even get the spotter and the phone on her to show you guys. But we're down in some lower country, so I like to think pretty much everything we glass tonight, if we find some deer, I should be able to just go in after them, provided the right opportunity. But we'll see. Hopefully they find something, and hopefully I can find something, and hopefully we got some bucks to show for it this evening. But so far, we got a couple hours till sunset.
Getting far up to Kawasaki, Jay says he's got 4 of them kind of fenced in back at camp. And he wants to be entertained. Isn't that what you said, Jace? You'd like some entertainment?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We're going to go be entertained by these 4 bucks at camp. Oh, that's fast. In focus. 2 big old bulls walking right towards us.
Are they still in velvet this time of year?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, they'll start rubbing in. I mean, some of them might start rubbing now for the next couple of weeks. But as dark as the antlers are on these ones, makes me think they're still got a lot of blood flow and they're growing. The one on the left, you give him another year or 2 to develop some fronts, and he'd be a record book bull. That is so cool that Nevada has this many moose now.
Yeah. There's a doe, 2 fawns, and a buck.
You're welcome to take my...
Another doe. Jeez. Oh, there's all sorts of deer in there.
Get out of their bed.
Well, the sun set on day 4. And I'd say day 4 and day 1 were equally unproductive. But there's day 5 and day 6 yet to go. Tomorrow, I think let's come right back up here. I get to pick the morning spots. This spot, you can glass a long ways. I think I'm coming back here in the morning. I keep seeing these bucks like this morning. So buck. And he just augured into these great big strip of aspens. It's like, what are you gonna do? Nothing. So, we didn't get a stalk today. That means probably tomorrow. And one of these stalks is gonna result in a dead deer.
can't remember if Jerry and Lisa were there.
Dr. Jones. Always up to his good old self.
Oh, yeah, my back's
Doing a bear rub over there.
My back's just been itching like crazy. I don't know why.
I got video of a bear in Alaska doing that same thing.